What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Shanoa. I make motherhood and lifestyle videos, and today I'm going to be doing a little Q&A. It has been so long since I've done a Q&A, and I just thought with announcing the pregnancy and all these huge life changes that have been happening lately, I thought now would be the perfect time. So I went over on Instagram and asked for questions, and I got a couple that I would like to answer. So yeah. Anyhow, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're notified of any and all future videos that I make. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into all the questions. Okay, a lot of the questions had to do with pregnancy, with Bash, things like that, motherhood, pregnancy, all that stuff. The first question is, what will be the age difference between your kids, and are you excited or nervous about the gap? So the age difference will be 20 months. So the due date is 20 months exactly from Bash's birthday. So we'll see. I mean, it will be obviously within a week or two of 20 months. And I'm excited about the age gap. I feel like hopefully Bash will be more communicative. I feel like if we had the baby really close to being Irish twins, or really close to right now I'd be giving birth, it'd be too much, because I feel like Bash can't communicate a lot right now. He's finally getting to that point where he can start communicating with us. So I feel like having him be a little bit older, not that he'll be that much older than he is now, but just being able to communicate is huge. And I feel like gonna help so much with that transition, because even now, even though I'm growing a belly, I don't think he really understands what's happening, and I don't want to just show up with a baby and be like, P.S. this baby is never leaving. Yeah. So I'm excited about the age gap. I feel like they'll be super close. They'll obviously go to schools at this exact same time, and I think that they'll just be really close in age. I think 3 years or less is how close I want all of our kids to be, just because there's a difference between me and my older brother and my little sister. 3 years of difference on both sides. And then Ruben is the youngest in his family, but he's 3 years younger than his older sister. And I feel like that age gap is the most we're willing to go, because I feel like anything more and it might be too much. It might not for some people, for some families, but for us, that's kind of what we're looking at. We're super, yeah, I'm excited because I feel like it's a good age gap. Next question with pregnancy again, was this baby planned? Yes, this was definitely a planned pregnancy. I don't know what gender this baby is. We're finding out later this week, but this was a planned pregnancy even before coronavirus happened, because I feel like a lot of people were like, don't just go having sex during coronavirus, and then we have all these coronavirus babies. It happened to align with coronavirus and quarantine, but I think even last year we had talked about when we were going to start trying again. And we had decided April, May-ish was the earliest we were going to start trying for a baby. So we had decided that a long time ago, and it was definitely a planned pregnancy. What are you most excited about living in a new place? I feel like it's a good stretcher for us. That might sound weird, and it's actually what I'm most scared about living here, but we got really comfortable in Utah, and not that that's a bad thing, but it was just all we'd known is where we grew up, me, New Mexico, Ruben, Omaha, and then Utah. And I had been in Utah, I hadn't moved or really done anything. I've been there for 8 years, and in and of itself, Utah, and especially the Provo area, is a bubble. You will hear so many people talk about that, and I feel like it was just something that we really wanted to do, was to break out of, just the Provo bubble in general, but also just break out of our normal social bubble. Not that Arizona was that crazy or that different, because I have family here, high school friends here. We have our best friends who happened to move here before us and go to law school as well. So it's not it's crazy different or totally upheaval drastic, but it is different for us. And so I feel like we just wanted something a little different. We wanted to get out of the bubble. We wanted to just like spread our wings for a few years. Like college, I feel like is like the perfect time to do that, but before you like plant roots. And we have no idea where we want to plant roots. We have no idea where we're gonna end up long term, but we just thought now is the time to just kind of try something different, get out of Utah, do something different, and for ourselves and for our lives. And so I am most excited about living. Wow, I'm like doing really bad at being direct and answering the question. There's a lot of backstory. Anyhow, what I'm most excited about is having something new and like being able to branch out, make new friends. We haven't really yet. We've made a couple new friends, but not really, just because coronavirus, everything is just shut down and there's just not really opportunities like that we would normally have, like school functions for Ruben, or like the splash pad, or like the children's museum, or like fun kid things where I could go out and meet other moms. You know, there's just like not a lot of those opportunities because everything is closed because of coronavirus. So it's a bummer and we haven't really gotten to that point yet. But I am excited for it when that comes, when that timing finally happens for us. I'm super excited to just kind of like expand our circle of friends and loved ones and like memories and things like that. Next question, do you want a boy or a girl? And along with that, somebody else asked if we're finding out the gender. So I did mention a little bit earlier, we are finding out the gender. I have my appointment on Thursday this week, so I'm so excited. I'm very nervous, also because we are going to be doing more of an official gender reveal. It's not really official, but we're doing just a little bit more than we did last time. If you've been following along for a while, and I'll link it somewhere for you guys, with Bash, we found out his gender at we found out early. Found out before a 20-week anatomy scan ultrasound thing, but we found out just together, super casual. We just had the ultrasound tech tell us. But this time I had kind of wanted to do something a little more. I don't want to do like, I didn't even before coronavirus and stuff really want to do like a huge party. It just seems like a lot of cardio, a lot of time and prep, and it just was like something that I was not super interested in doing, is like the whole 9 yards for a gender reveal. But I did kind of want to do one just for us, just for me and Ruben really, and of course Bash will be there, but I mean, he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't really understand what's going on. He doesn't really care. I really wanted to do one with me and Ruben, and it actually kind of works out because Ruben's actually not allowed to go to my appointments with me here. He was in Utah, he was allowed to attend my appointments with me, but here he's not allowed to. So it actually kind of works out because then we can find out together. So I'll have my doctor's appointment in the afternoon, and then that evening we're actually going out with some friends. They're photographers, videographers. They're gonna help us like capture us finding out, so I'm super excited. But anyhow, so that video is coming later this week. I will have it up within 24 hours of us finding out. I'm super excited. And then as far as if I want a boy or a girl, I feel like it's a girl because this pregnancy has been really different, but I really want it to be a boy. Of course, I'd be happy both ways, and I know everybody says that, but yeah, I really want it to be a boy just because I think it'd be so cute to see Bash with a little brother. Cutest thing ever, so we're hoping for that. We'll see though. Will you get an epidural again? If you watch my birth vlog with Bash, I did get an epidural. Even with Bash, I have flirted with the idea of doing a completely natural birth, but especially with how things went with Sebastian's birth, I feel like I would definitely get an epidural again. I feel like there is something really special about doing a natural birth, and like all power to the mamas who can do it. But I really loved getting an epidural. I didn't have complications, and I know some people do, and it's like super traumatic. But for me, like getting an epidural was very nice and a very good process and made it so much easier. So I will do that again as of right now. Like I said, I still kind of flirt with the idea of doing natural birth, but I think when it comes down to it, I'm probably gonna get the epidural. How was your second pregnancy? How has your second pregnancy been compared to your first? If you watched my previous video, I will link it up here, I believe is the right place. I will link it for you guys to watch, but I talked about how the pregnancy has been so far, first trimester, kind of like a general update. It has been very different from Sebastian's. I'll just give like a general kind of summary, but if you want more detail, go watch that video. Well, let me just start by saying Bash's pregnancy was like the easiest pregnancy I feel like I could have ever had. I feel like things didn't really start getting hard until the third trimester. And that's when like all the emotions hit, all the weight gain hit. Well, no, not all the weight gain. That was like very happened throughout. But I feel like that's when it got really hard, was third trimester. But like the beginning was so easy. I didn't get nauseous. I didn't get acid reflux until later. I didn't get swollen. My body didn't hurt. Things like that. It was just it felt like so easy. But with this pregnancy, it has definitely been harder. I started off getting super sick. I was so nauseous. I never threw up. I got really close a couple times, but I never threw up. It was just constant nausea from like week 6 till like week 13 or something, or 14. It was like finally when I got out of the second trimester is finally when it started to like subside. Oh, it was after week 14, because I remember at my 14-week appointment I asked for the name of a couple nausea medications that my doctor suggested, because he had told me at the beginning, but I hadn't been feeling nauseous then. And so yeah, anyhow, but 14 weeks was about when the nausea subsided, and then this has been a lot harder mentally. And I think part of it is the stress of being a mom already. And then I think part of it is also just the stress of like what was happening in our lives, I guess you could say, like outside factors. We've had so much happening, me personally, us as a family, moving, all these things. So it has been a lot to handle. And I just didn't have that the first time around with Bash. We were very stable. I was working. Everything was super consistent. There were no huge life changes happening at the time. So stress was incredibly low, and I was able to relax and breathe, I felt like. So yeah, that's a general synopsis of everything that's been happening. But like I said, if you want to know more details and kind of more of how I've been feeling and how this pregnancy has been very different for me, make sure to go. We'll link it up above as well as down below for you guys to watch. Was the move to Arizona easy? No, it was incredibly difficult. There's some things that I will not go into detail because I truly do not want to remember them. I feel like I want to pretend that it never happened, and just get over it finally. But for some things, it was a lot of stress. We don't ever do what we did, but we saved all of our packing basically, or I would say probably 90 to 95% of our packing for the week of. Bad mistake. I wanted to start packing a month before, but it just like it kept getting pushed back, and then it was like, we'll just do it all the week of. Terrible idea. Would never suggest it. If you know you're moving, if you have time to prep and prepare for it, do it. Start packing a month ahead. Don't do what we did. Also, just like the pregnancy, I was extremely emotional. I did do a moving vlog, which I will link, and in that I feel like I look so calm. I feel so cool and collected, but there were so many times when I wouldn't be vlogging. I didn't want to vlog, but I had a lot of like anxious and mental breakdowns during the move, because it was just a lot being pregnant, and just like the stress of like, holy crap, we have so much more than I thought we did. I thought I had a good idea of what we had, but no, I had no idea how much crap we had and how we were gonna get it all there. We ended up throwing a ton of stuff away. And then also, even before all the packing stuff, we had procrastinated finding a place to live. I can't even remember what our excuse is why we procrastinated, but we definitely did. And so we didn't have a place to live until about like a month before. And then we were like, okay, we are moving in a month. Like, our contract in Utah ends and we're not going to extend it. So we need to like get our crap together and move. So I just feel like there was so much stress at literally every step of the way, even up to less than 24 hours before we were moving, like 12 hours before we were hitting the road. There was so much stress, and are we moving? Are we not? What is happening? It was just it was so much. And so this move was the actual like worst move ever. It was really hard. Even once we got here, it like some of the stuff that happened before we left kind of bled over, and it was a lot to handle, and a lot of it I don't want to remember. But yeah, so the move was really hard, but we're really happy we're here now that we're like here. Honestly, within a couple of days of being here, I was like, wow, I'm so happy that we're here. Like I'm so happy we're in Arizona. I'm just happy. Like I keep thinking about our number 2 pick. And if we had gone to that school, and I'm like, oh, it would have been like, I mean, we would have been fine. We would have made it work. But like when I think about it, I'm like, I feel like I'd be struggling a lot more than I am here. So anyhow, that was the story of our move. It sucked. How do you like Arizona? I love it so far. Like I said, we have my favorite cousins are here, and I have my really good friends from high school. Like the only people from high school I swear we keep in touch with. And then we have our best friends from BYU, or some of our best friends from BYU, and they live literally less than 5 minutes away. So we have like such a good support system here. And I don't know, for me, I was telling my friends just yesterday, I was like, because my favorite cousins and like one of my favorite aunts lived here growing up, like visiting them, it felt like a vacation. It felt like an oasis. Like it felt so, I don't know, I just like had like, it was like California for a lot of people, or New York for a lot of people, but for me that was like Arizona. Like Arizona was that for me. And so like moving here has been like a childhood dream come true, and I'm so happy that we're here. And like I said, it wasn't an easy process. It wasn't a pleasant process to get here, but I really like it here. Other than when it's like blazing freaking hot and it's just like I melt, like actually melt when I go outside, and I'm perpetually sweaty, and it's a lovely thing. And fireplane. Anyhow, that has been an adjustment for sure, the heat, but I feel like I'm just waiting for when everybody says it's about to get like cool weather. I mean, it's still it's like 6 to 8 weeks away still, but I'm ready for it. I'm loving living here. It is literally like a childhood dream come true. There's just a couple questions left. There's one question left that I'll answer. Will Bash and the new baby be sharing a room? Yes. So we just live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and we're actually debating right now if we're gonna stay here for the full 3 years, or if we're gonna move at the end of our contract here, or like what the deal is. Still not sure about that. Just leaning towards moving, but even if we moved, we would probably still get a 2-bedroom. We'd rent a 2-bedroom house or get another 2-bedroom apartment. Not sure, but we'd probably stay 2 bedrooms, and we for sure, whether it's a boy or a girl, will have Bash and baby number 2 share a room. I think it'll be good for them. I think it'll be a bonding thing, and also kind of a hardship for them, but I think it's a good hardship. And it's just like I don't think I grew up sharing a room. I'm pretty sure Ruben did, or maybe he didn't. I don't know. I can't remember right now. But I grew up sharing a room until my oldest sister went to college, and I was like 10. So 10 years of sharing a room, and it was just fine. And I feel like I liked it. So I feel like it'll be a good thing to share a room. It'll be good for him and his sibling, so I'm excited for it. I think there will be challenges like sleep, things like that, and other issues that I'm sure I haven't even thought about that will come up, but I'll just let them come up what they do, and I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to stress about it. But yes, they will be sharing a room, and whether we stay at this apartment or move, we'll probably still have them share a room. So that is going to be it for today's Q&A. I hope I answered I feel like I answered a good amount. Not too many, not too little, and just kind of, hopefully this video won't be too long. Just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And we'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.